Hey everyone, Russell here, back with another recent pickups video, and I know it's been a while, so I guess this isn't too recent, but I want to show you guys what I've picked up in the time that I've been gone. I do have a lot of stuff to get to, so we're going to jump right into it. However, I am going to kind of clue you guys in on what's been going on with the channel. I've had a lot of people ask me, fans of the channel, what's been going on. I've been gone for probably about 2 months or so we'll go ahead and jump in, and I'll explain as best as I can and what's going to be happening with the channel. So let's go ahead and start with the biggest first, and I'm sure a lot of you probably have an idea of what this is. It's the Xbox One X. I'm sure you guys knew I was going to pick this up. As you can see, it is not the Scorpio edition. I was really hoping to get the Scorpio edition, but it was completely my fault. I had some great fans of mine give me a heads up when it was going on pre-order, and I had it pulled up and everything like that, and I don't know, I think I was at work or something like that, and I got called away. I just completely dropped the ball, and by the time I got back to it, it wasn't available, so I waited for this bad boy to go on pre-order and snatched it up, and I'm real happy with it. I want to do a more in-depth review of it once I've had it for a little bit longer. I know it's been out for, geez, it's more than a month now, but you know, I want the hype to kind of cool down, and you know, I want the newness to kind of wear off, and I just want to feel if it's really worth your money, and I want to tell you what I like and dislike after a little while of using it. I can tell you right now, I do have some criticisms of it. However, overall, I think I'm pretty happy, but like I said, I'm going to do a more in-depth video in the future. The next thing I want to get to was really interesting. I think this was the Saturday after Black Friday that I just went with my daughter, had the day off, to Best Buy and look around, and lo and behold, I saw 3 of these sitting right there, and of course I snatched one up. So, yep, I got the Super Nintendo Classic Edition, and gotta be honest, really cool, really fun. Haven't played all the games yet, but looking forward to it. My wife and I have played, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 hours on it, and my wife is not a video game person, but man, she's having fun with this. So as you can see, there are quite a bit of games. I'm sure you guys all have heard about the list and everything. I mean, everybody has been talking about this. And here's the little bugger right here. And, you know, I know it was small, but I wasn't expecting it to be that small. Really cool. I dig it. The only criticism, I think, is it's so light that the HDMI cord basically will manhandle this thing and just push it wherever it wants, because the tension in any kind of cord, unless you get one that's, I guess, like really soft and flexible, it's just going to push this everywhere. So that's my only complaint. Really minor, if you even want to call it a complaint. But guys, if you see that, snatch it up. You know, I'm just going to ask nicely that you don't participate in the whole reseller thing. You know, don't, just wait. I'm sure they're going to be out there. Don't pay the extra money and support those thieves, those fiends. Well, anyway, I got some strong feelings about them, but let's get to the games. Let's see here. These are not in any particular order. I've got some duds in here, but I've got some real gems, and one of the games in here is, I think, probably my game of the year, I think. So I'm going to get started with one that I really enjoyed. It's not the game of the year, but the Fractured But Whole, and holy crap, this is a awesome game. I don't think it's quite as funny as the first, or maybe it's just because the first was the first, and that's, you know, kind of how people remember it, being, you know, always looking back on the first of anything more positively than its sequels. However, for a sequel, this is damn good, and I highly recommend it. So pick that up. And here's a dud. Scream Ride. I thought it was going to be cool. I mean, it was super cheap bargain bin, so I took a chance, and a lot of times it pays off. This is not one of those times. Basically, I thought it was going to be kind of like Roller Coaster Tycoon a little bit, or something like that, but it's totally not. And I'm not even going to waste time explaining all the details of it. It's just, it's not for me. If anyone out there likes it, that's cool, but definitely not for me. Oh, you know what? Let's just get some duds out of the way here. Here's another dud. And this was surprising because it's a Telltale game. First one ever I don't recommend. This is a basically where the fuck do I go next? And I think it's glitching because I'm doing what it's telling me to do and nothing is happening. So I I do want to revisit it and, you know, start over possibly because it's not too far into the game. But it's definitely not their best. This might be like an earlier one. I haven't done too much research to see if it was one of their first. It feels like one of their first ones by the animation and just the way it looks. But it basically follows the story after 3, and Doc has to come back, or he gets lost and has to come back, or it's very. As far as what happens between 3 and here, it's kind of vague, or maybe I just wasn't paying enough attention. So I'll give it the benefit of the doubt of that, but I don't recommend that to you guys. See, okay, all right. Let's just go ahead and get this over with. This is my game of the year, I think. Shadow of War. I've put a lot of time into this, and it looks amazing on the Xbox One X. It is one of the few titles right now, I think, that have the 4K and HDR enhancement for the One X. So, and wow, the first one was really good. I really enjoyed Shadow of Mordor, but Shadow of War takes it to another level. Really good, solid game. I can't recommend it enough. Thinking about doing a review on it, and I don't do a lot of reviews on games, but definitely thinking about doing one on this. I guess that would be kind of part of the reason that I've been gone from the channel a long time, is I was catching up on games. But another reason is that I had been working on a promotion at work, which I finally got, and I'm now running a couple of locations in my company, and I have staff under me, and now I'm actually starting to get like days off to where I would go sometimes over a month without a day off, and they're longer shifts. I do work in the medical field. And it can be stressful, but it's a lot of fun. I knew what I was getting into, so I'm not complaining, but I am now getting a lot more time to spend with my family, catch up on some video gaming, and make YouTube videos. So I do intend on the channel's not going away. I'm not dying. It's not dying, or it's, you know, I'm not shutting it down. So there are videos coming. In fact, the next video I'm going to do after this is a collection video of my Xbox One, because I'm either over 100 or I am dang close to 100. I think I'd have to check my numbers, but I know I'm getting close. But yeah, so that's a little bit of what's been going on. Let's go ahead and move on. I've got Battlefront 2, Star Wars, and I've played probably about 4 hours of this, and really good. Looks really great. Almost. I mean, I know it's not 4K, but I would say it's dang close. I think the Xbox does some upscaling. I could be wrong on that, but it looks like it is. Another dud here. Marvel Pinball Epic Collection. Well, you know what? It's not a dud. It's a pinball game. That's all. It's pretty simple. But yeah, I feel the physics on it are... Remember that... Space Cadet, well, some of you are obviously too young to remember this, but it's an old computer pinball game on Windows. It was like a Space Cadet game that had superior physics to this. I would play that one any day over this one. Okay, I've got a couple movies in the stack here, but we're gonna get the games done first. All right, let's do this one. Gorgeous. Another one of the enhanced, and you can always tell because in the corner there, you can see Ultra or 4K Ultra HD, HDR. So Forza 7, it's a Forza game. If you've played a Forza game, it hasn't changed much, except it looks good. I haven't played any of the other Forzas on the X yet. I do want to do some comparisons with my other Xboxes to the X. Just here's one thing. Be forewarned, this thing's got like a 69 gig update. Holy shit. Yeah, hope you got a good internet connection, because that's probably one of the largest ones I've seen. And one of my criticisms of the base X1X, or, dang, it's tongue-tying me saying it so many times. I'm just going to say the 1X. As you can see, it's a 1 terabyte. The games, when they're enhanced, the sizes, of course, are going up massively. So the 1 terabyte is basically equivalent to like a 500 gig now with these larger games. So I kind of wish they would have put a larger hard drive in there. But anyway, next game I picked up, Destiny 2. And this is surprising. I wasn't a huge Destiny fan, but I'm really enjoying this game. So I know the expansion pack just came out, and nobody will play with me right now because I don't have it yet. I will pick it up, but I still have some stuff to do without it, and I don't want to move on to getting DLC and stuff like that beforehand. Let's see here. I'll finish up with a couple of movies that I picked up. My daughter wanted to see this, and you know what? I did too, because I was a Power Ranger fan back in the day, but it's good. And I hope there's a sequel. It's a good start, but you don't get to see them like actual being Rangers or the Megazord until way late in the movie, and I think you only see the Megazord for like 15 minutes. That's a disappointing part of it. Everything else, though, they did really good. The acting, I thought, was good, and what is her name? Elizabeth Banks. I think that's her, yeah. She, really good job of Rita Repulsa. I think you guys have heard several times that this is the movie I was going to pick up first for the 1X, and yep, there it is, Alien Covenant. I'm a big Alien fan. I enjoyed this movie, not as much as I was hoping I would have. I saw it in the theaters as soon as it came out. It was really good, but I wanted more information about everything, and it doesn't give you much. So I'm hoping they do another one and it answers a lot of questions, because I want to know what's going on in this world. There's so many questions I need answered. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it's just, I have so many unanswered questions. All right, guys. Well, that's what I picked up over this last, I guess it's been probably like 2 months, maybe close to it. I want to thank you guys for hanging in there, and I want to apologize. I've just been really busy. Like I said, family duties come first, and I just, promotion of my job and things like that. But again, thank you for hanging in there with me, and please like, share, and subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. And as always, game on.